Buildings in the background, buildings in the foreground. We are crawling through an undisclosed location somewhere in the American Southwest. Obviously, it's a building. I'm not gonna break it down. It doesn't need to be broken down. It doesn't need to be broken down. We see entablatures, we see flooring. On every floor here, the same size floor. They run into the floors in that building, the same floor, same floor, same floor, all the way down. See? Okay, I'm not gonna explain it any further, but I will talk about some things I noticed here that ought to be pointed out. We know they're buildings, right? These are cities, the golden cities, and they're melted. So we're gonna go visit this pocket of survival up here. The floor is all the same size floor, same size floor on every level. That's how we build structures. These are vertical, perpendicular, right angle buildings, horizontally level with the motherfucking surface. And they're melted down. The heat came from where? The bottom up, and it went up the buildings. It went up the building. That's where the energy came from, down here. And they were red brick structures running their courses with the red bricks. Let us continue. There's melt and bricks running their courses everywhere where they ought not be. And there's columns here, columns here, columns here. A pocket of survival up here. Look at the column. We will see it up close. Yes, we're going to go right up into this sucker here. And we're going to crawl our way up to here and be bewildered at how they got the bricks up there, because we have to go all the way over here, baby, way over there, and crawl on our bellies all the way through here. And how they get these megaton boulders up here. These got to be at least 600 pounds a pop here. 600, and look, they melt right into this here. These are all bricks running their courses. They're melting into the stuff below, the limestone, and we know the deal, right? The Freemasons have been here. We've seen these folks in Australia with the lines in the forehead. They do have the line in the head. You will see in a moment. They didn't finish one of them. They're lazy, and they're not, and they're crude, and they're offensive to the Native Americans. The Native Americans, you're gonna see, were here. No, they weren't. That's an insult. That's an insult to the Native Americans, who are likely the descendants of the folks who were living in these structures, eh? So we got domed buildings here. They're vertical, perpendicular to the flat surface, right angle buildings, horizontally level on their motherfucking flat foundations. And they're made of red bricks, and they're smoked and damaged and turned to what? Limestone. The most abundant material found in the known realm today, because it is brick melted. And they've been here with their triangle bodies, and they're not fooling any of us, are they? No, they're not. These are the Freemasons with their square and compass bodies. This is a compass for the body, these triangle torsos, and the legs are all squares with a triangle body. That's telling you who did the artwork: squares and compasses. Fuck, for the love of God, wake up now. We're getting right to this. We're getting right to business now, baby. We're kicking in high gear, and we're moving. We're pulling the chute. We're pulling the chute, and we're taking off with that fucker. We're not hitting the brakes. So there's a column. There's a column. Still got rendering on it still. The viscous holes melted right into it. Melted right into it. It squished. It held the floor from the ceiling. That's what a column does. That's what it was doing, and it still is. Excuse me. And we got Native American runes, eh? No, that would be highly offensive. They've been here touching it with their finger, with their dirty paw prints here, eh? And where have we seen this? Australia, Africa, everywhere. Everywhere. They got the handprints. New Zealand, they got the handprints everywhere. In Mexico, they got the hands. In Africa, they got the hands everywhere. In Australia, and they're joking with these corn cobs, their dirty, nasty teeth gnawing at these husks, baby. And they left them here, and folks are saying, oh, for the love of God, the Native Americans. For the love of God, the Native Americans were up here eating corn, as if they crawled on their bellies. He had to crawl on all fours and hike up all fours to get up into this structure up here in this pocket of survival. He had to hike up on all fours, baby, like a mountain goat. And yeah, as if they brought the bricks up here, these heavy, you're gonna see megaton boulders, and they brought the corn up here to eat. Yeah, no, those folks they're making the finger paintings there are the ones who ate the corn. And good old folk are now venerating these husks of corn like gods. For the love of God, the Native Americans were here. For the love of God, if you move one of those husks and toss it down the building, and watch it tumble, they'll hang you by your toenails and watch you die. Okay? hang you by your toenails and watch you. If you touch one of these corn husks, I'll tell you what, and they'll find you, and they'll find out you did it, baby. And these are brand spanking new here, as if the Native Americans, that's so offensive. The Native Americans did not build these plaster hunks of crap for walls, baby. Look at this here. They bought these at Hobby Lobby, but you can buy these at Michael's or and they're shiny. And they're shiny. These are brand spanking fucking new. And where they get the bamboo? Where they get the bamboo sticks, eh? You get them at Hobby fucking Lobby with these bamboo twines, baby. These bamboo twines. And they think, oh, for the love of God, just wrapped with twines. The Native Americans were here. For the love of God. That's what good old folk are saying, eh? They come up here. For the love of God, the Native Americans were here. No, they weren't. They may, yeah, they may have been, but that was, but they didn't build this hunk of crap, baby. They didn't build this. This is the archaeologist, and you're gonna say pants on the ground. That's not a building back there. You're nuts. Look, it's a tree stump. It's a tree stump sitting there on its foundational water table still here, eh? On its foundational water table, the windows wide open here, and this vertical perpendicular building with its visible entablature still on the top of the building, and the columns coming down the structure. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's a tree stump, eh? No, it's not. And no, they did not. They say it's wrapped with twine. The Native Americans were here. For the love of God, cut that out. That's so offensive. They didn't build these mud plaster walls, baby. They got all the materials, the twine you get. I had the same twine. It's all the same. See how each strand is the same size here? Because you get this stuff at Hobby Lobby. It comes wrapped in the twine. I have the cat playing with it here. I have some right next to me here. The cat was playing with it. Okay, and they got you thinking that they got good old folk thinking that the Native Americans. This is Hobby Lobby twine, baby. This is Michael's twine. Give me a break. You get that at Michael's Arts and Crafts. And now that they pressed up with their crude mud pressed up against the melt. They got it pressed up against the melt, excuse me. What did I just do? They got it pressed up against the melt here and squeezed into the vacated brick here. There was a brick here vacated. And they squeezed the mud into it. Give me a break. And they squeezed the mud into the hole. Give me a break. These are mortar lines between vacated bricks. Mortar lines between vacated bricks. These are all the same size pretty much here. They're all bricks vacated. These are mortar line. They're all bricks vacated. You see? And they think it's all the same size. It's the same twine as the twine you get today. And it's not the Native Americans. Look at them broke. They're little bamboo sticks. You get the bamboo sticks at Hobby Lobby, and you get the twine at Michael's or at Hobby Lobby, and you can you can do arts and crafts with it. See, it's all the same size strand here, every strand, and you got that at Hobby Lobby. Fuck off. You got that at Hobby Lobby with your dirty teeth. With your dirty teeth. I hope you lost a few teeth on these corn husks, baby. I hope you lost a few teeth on those. Not, give me a break. So they're up here eating their corn, and they threw their corn husks. Okay, knowing that good old folk are gonna venerate those husks of corn like gods, like gods. For the love of God, the Native Americans were. Give me a break. I'm sorry. Okay. The bricks have pillowed out and they're squeezing out of their position. They've pillowed out through the mortar line. This is a mortar. This sheet is a mortar sheet. I've made that. I've come up with that. This is a mortar sheet. We get these sheets. So sometimes when the material, when the bricks all melt together, you got the rows still here. Each row is equidistant. See down here? And look at the bricks inside. The red bricks are still red, but they've pillowed out. They've blown through the mortar. They've blown through it. They've squeezed up out of here, blew through here. And these huge sheets of mortar now are mortar sheets. These are mortar sheets. Okay. And look at the sheet. The bricks blew. The red brick blew right through it and bubbled out like a marshmallow. See? Like a marshmallow. And guess what this was? Some sort of a recessed archway with a little ledge up here. That's what it was. A surviving piece of a ledge or a sill for a recessed archway. See? And it's interesting. And it's pillowed out and squeezing. The bricks are squeezing right through the melted brick material. Squeezing right out like a mushroom. They want it out, and they didn't carve this. They didn't carve this hard limestone. That's the wall right here in this little pitched roof section here that you're gonna see. This little pitched roof section. Watch this. No, they didn't. Okay, now that's surviving. And look what they've done. They come back here with their Hobby Lobby arts and crafts, and they're making more um, twine tied, bamboo sticks here. Like where they get the bamboo, eh? And I don't know what they've done here because we got red bricks. We got a red brick mess here. The stairways, obviously original. This is all muffed up and melted brick here. English standard bricks, English sized bricks. I'll show you in a moment here. And yeah, no, they didn't. Look, they're squeezing more of the mud up here, and folks, good old folk are coming around here saying, "For the love of God, these are ancient Native American fingerprints. For the love of God, for the love of God, these are ancient Native American." No, you're missing the fact here. There's an English brick there. What the fuck? What the fuck is an English brick? An English standard brick. Now you have a Roman brick and they're red. And they are 1.5 inches thick. You have a Dutch brick, they're a bit smaller of a brick. Okay, but they're thicker than the Roman brick. And then you have an English standard, baby. And then you have the English standard. We see these everywhere. They're all across the realm. And this is an English standard. You believe me? I know what an English standard brick is. That's an English standard brick. Give me a break. What the fuck? And there's one down the course, and there's another one right here. And they were all perfectly aligned. And now they are what? All jagged and all this, but they're all in rows here, in lines still. See, there's a row of headers here. There was a row of headers, which is a brick laid what? The short way. A row of headers. Here's a row of headers. What the fuck are the English bricks doing here that were obviously kilned? What is the stamped brick doing here? Embedded. That's what they're doing here. There's likely some bricks behind here still actually perfectly lined up, and they had to squish the material here to cover them up. And they've done it all they've squished material up here, it seems, with their dirty fingerprints, and folks are saying, oh, the Native American fingerprints. The squishing mud up here, it's brand new. It's still wet. The mud is still wet. The archaeologists see they're squishing mud up here, and it's supposed to be a stone structure from stones they found down below. What the fuck was an English brick doing in this structure, eh? And how they get this megaton block at the top, and why they put a megaton block at the top when they have this stuff like below it. Wow, they do that. That's ridiculous. How they hoist it up there. That's got to be over 1,000 pounds. That sucker. And look at the mouth expansion. And as if they knew what multi-pane English style windows were. What is a cargo cult? This is supposed to be a 1,000-year-old structure. Were they a cargo cult? Where did they ever lay witness to a multiple pane English style window here? You kidding me, archaeologists? Are you kidding me with this mud work? With this mud smearing work here? Look at the mud. Look at the mud they smeared here, and they've constructed this with mud. They're mud plaster. And give me a break. Give me a break. Where did they ever see? Where did the Native Americans lay witness to an English style multi-pane window in 1,000 AD, baby? You give me a break. Yeah, that's ridiculous. And why we got megaton blocks up here? This, how they get them up there? You can't even stand in there. How they hoist them into position? So we're looking through here in the window, and we got more columns, more round pillars, more round columns here that hold the ceiling from the floor. We got bricks down below, running their courses in this so-called natural formation here, eh? With these right angle buildings. Okay, right? With these right angle buildings here. The right angle buildings. And the column down here, broken. Still holding the ceiling up though. And wait till you see this part right here. See this flat section here? That was the corner of a building. And look what happened. It was straight. Now it's bent like a broken toothpick. Now it's bent like a broken toothpick. That was the corner of the building. So now we're going to try to get up there and figure out how the hell they got all these bricks up here, because there's megaton material up here, megaton, and it's all melted together. And you can see that these are actually bricks running their courses. If you can see, here, I'll zoom in, you can see they're still running their courses. They were perfect straight lines. Here, let me see over here. Oh, you can't see as well. They were perfect running their courses. If you look faintly, you can see a lot of the bricks have sagged down below and beneath and stuff, but you can see for the most part they're running their courses perfectly straight. With I'll show you the material. Yeah, how they get that so tightly fit there, eh? With these shapes, look at these wild shapes here, eh? How they get it all to fit perfect? Like, no, they didn't. That'd be impossible. That would just be ridiculous. No one would do it. This would be that would be megalithic, megaton lithic. That'd be a megaton lith. Lith meaning stone. Lithic. This would be a megalithic stone here if that were to be put there in the position by the Native Americans. This right here would likely be a good 800 pounds. I'm not sure how far it goes the other way. Maybe 500 pounds right there. And wait till you see how we have to get up there. There's only one way to get up here where all this is, with all this material up here. There's only one way to get all these bricks in. Let's check it out. So that's where we're gonna go. And look who's up here. We've seen these folks in Australia with these lines on their foreheads. They're not even clever. Give me a break. See the material here? You can see that they're running their courses. They were straight courses, you can see for the most part. If you follow down, it's hard to see now, but they've blocked up all down the way here. But they were perfect bricks running their courses. Perfect bricks running their courses, see? Melted down. This is a pocket of survival. There's 4 columns here, all the same column with the same column, holding this ceiling up here, this ceiling here, and this floor has squished. This squished right here, this floor. So now wait till you see how we get all these megaton boulders, megalithic boulders, megaliths, megaton, liths, megaton, rocks, stones is what they would say these are, megaliths. And these mortar lines they run the same size brick every row, baby. See? All the same size brick in every row. And it's just limestone now. Look at the flood here. This was flowing down. So let's see how they got those megaliths up there, eh? And those ones up there, those are regular size, like bricks still. And look at these buildings. Okay, let's zoom in. Yeah, all the same size floor on every level. See right here? See right here? See right here? And it goes into this right angle section here, and it's over here, same size, same floor. See the lines there running into each floor? And it's not a building, right? Cut it out. But at this point, cut that out. So they got their square and compass demons here, right? The square and compass bodies and such. We have 2 compass arms and 2 square arms. See? Or legs. And they're Anunnaki aliens. And they're Anunnaki aliens with their squares and their compasses. See? Compass, square, square. Who made the artwork? The Native Americans? That's offensive. No, they didn't. So this here, look at this. Here's that structure. All the same size fucking floor on every level. Holy smokes. Magnificent structures. Look at the one over here. Look at the flat walls, and it's not a building. With all these parallel running lines here. And parallel, and they're perfect, and they're straight, and it's a building. A vertical building with a right angle building, baby. Red brick building with the floors running through this section of the structure and this section of the structure. And same here, the same floors. Holy smokes, eh? Look at this melt. Now, we're going to crawl over there and see. Now, yeah, crawl. Now, this is how they got the megaliths, those megaton liths, megaton stones, over to that section that we wanted to look at, right? Here's how we do it. And he's looking here. How would you even move this stone from right there to from where this stone was? From right there to right here. How would they even do that? This has got to be over 100 pounds. Try to lay on your belly in this position right here and hold something 40 pounds over your head. And try to construct a wall like this inside of a on your belly in this position. Just try to like mock it and see if you can do it. See how difficult that would be. How they move this here, even this one stone here, even how they even move that from right there. How they even do that. That would be ridiculous. How many people would that require? They would have had to push it, but how they get it up there? So now you got stuck here, eh? And he's thinking, what the fuck? He got stuck again. He's like, hey, how'd they build this shit here, man? Like, come on. And look at this. It's fused into the limestone material. It's fused right into it. These blocks. They're not blocks. It's all one material right here. Look. Where's the joint? Where's the jointy poo? There ain't one. There ain't no jointy poo right there. There's buildings in the background, buildings in the foreground, and these are melted structures. There was nowhere to stand there. They didn't stand here, right here, risking their life to build that. Yeah, right? There's an archway right in here. And it just so happens to see this magnificent gully in these buildings. No, this was an archway designed to do that. They wanted this part of the building to be able to have a good view of the gully and the buildings they're in. That's simple. That's how they built all those structures. The magnificent ones could always be seen from every point of the city and from different angles in the most glorious of ways. These were designed too perfectly, these cities. That's what I'm saying. Way too perfectly. And we'll get into that stuff more in more detail. So here, so we're crawling in a belly, remember? And he got stuck. And this is how we brought megaton stones, megaliths. Lith meaning stone, megaliths. Megaton liths. And no, they didn't. Look at these buildings. And this one here has towers. And look at the same floor running through every building. Same size floor, same floor running through every. Give me a break. It's not a building, right? These are tree stumps. This is a tree stump, yeah. Looks like a Capitol building here with the floors visible in every level and the columns. And the floor and the entablature are still visible. You can still see the entablature on top of these columns here, the entablatures and the top of the structure here, and all these columns here. There's like a ton of them right there. These structures in the background here with a big, huge, like, docking station for like an airship. And all these structures on here. Another one right here for like airships to fly into and airships to fly into. See? I don't know. I'm just letting the mind go. And he's thinking, holy shit, how did they get all this stuff up here? I'm crawling on my belly. And he's thinking, holy shit, how'd they do this? No, they didn't, baby. They didn't, baby. He's laughing. He's thinking, holy shit, this is ridiculous. And he's on all fours here, struggling. Look at the feet are sliding, baby. And they brought these megaton lifts, and he has to crawl through here. He has to crawl through here to get over there. Right? Yeah, he does. These are melted walls. Nobody brought this material up here. It was a balcony that survived. It was just a balcony on this building. It was a balcony on this building that survived. With beautiful with beautiful rounded masonry walls. And they're melted and marshmallowed out and completely smoked. And it was all hard too. This is all hard. He thought it was mud, and he was looking at this brick sticking out. This material is hard, not like the mud, not like the soft mud down below. This stuff is harder because it's just melted brick. They're just melted bricks. These megaton blocks of stone were not squeezed up. We're not brought up here through these crawl spaces on their bellies. No, they didn't. And we've seen these folks everywhere. Australia with these round and these big creepy smiles. Hey, we've seen them in a movie. I've seen them in a movie. The big creepy smile, eh? And the line in the head. So, yeah, those are perfect bricks. Perfect bricks, but we're using jagged junk for everything else. This was a grand archway. And they got some sticks up here. They brought some sticks up here. I think they're cute. Look at these. Look at the gully. Look at the gully in these garages and entryways and openings. There's a window hanging off windows hanging off the hinges up here. Big archway right there. See? They're not buildings, right? They're tree stumps. No, these are buildings here, baby. These are buildings. And we've seen these folks in Australia. They're not fooling us, baby. So I love you all. Take care. Afterwards, we got the bricks behind here. And he's just saying, like, I don't know, man. That must have been, they must have done it for, defensive measures. And I just don't know, man. What just happened, And he's thinking, well, it could have been defensive. It could have been, but man, holy shit, what just happened? And yes, that feels, yeah. What the fuck happened here, baby? These buildings are smoked. I love you all. Take care.